Hello, and then welcome to the continuation of our 3D scanning program. Okay. So, in our previous lesson, we learned about some softwares and then hardwares that can be used to achieve some photogrammetry results or projects. Okay. In this particular one, we would want to look at some do's and don'ts so that you get the desired outcome. So, in our first bullet, we have you would have to use objects that do not deform, fall, or bend or move. Okay. So your object should be still. Okay, as you see here, solid objects, not objects that would bend. Okay, so let's say fruits that are unstable or objects that are unstable, like do deform or do fall of the platform for which you are taking your pictures. Okay, so you might want to avoid using such objects. Okay. Yeah, you might also want to use solid backgrounds. So don't use backgrounds that are like transparent. Okay, so solid backgrounds, so like a wall. Okay, is ideal. Okay. Avoid transparent and then reflective surfaces. So in our previous lessons, okay, one of the slides we showed you some kind of results that like weren't good. Okay, um, just as you see here. Okay, so the result for this transparent object is this. Okay, and that of the shiny surface is this. Okay, so you don't need to use some transparent. You don't need to use transparent and then reflective surfaces or shiny surfaces. Okay, and then you should avoid harsh shadows. So your objects should be in a well lit or lit environment. Okay, so the lighting should be enough so that you don't have harsh shadows. Like the applications find it difficult using this kind of or trying to get the calculations or the desired outcome when there are hard shadows. Okay, so hard shadows just like a cast shadow, okay, on the object or on the background or on the table. Okay, so you'd use um, you would make sure your lightning or your lighting is effective. Okay, that is very good so that you don't have hard shadows trying to get you the undesirable outcomes. Okay. So you might want to use objects with textured surfaces. Okay, so photogrammetry works well with objects that have like a surface textured. When I say textured, let's say some kind of rough surfaces like pineapples and the likes. Like yeah, so if the surface, so if you have another hack around this is if you have surfaces that are smooth, okay, and then you try scanning and then you don't get a good result. What you can do is to actually do some abrasion, try to mix the surface, roughing the surface a bit, and then you should get a good outcome. Okay, most of these are through experimentation. You have to experiment and then just document which one works well and then which experiment doesn't work well based on the particular object that, or scene that you use you were trying to capture. Might want to use a turntable. So a turntable, something that rotates, okay, when so that you're able to take the picture if you don't want to go around it. But that is not ideal for smartphones. Okay, so with the ScanNect, it will be ideal to use turntables. Okay, for ScanNect. So like using the Microsoft 360. Okay, so that one you can use a turntable where the individual would sit on a like a turntable or something that rotates or revolves, and then you can take the picture of the person. Um, Using smartphones also works, but it might not work well. For me using the turntable, if you saw some of the projects I use turntable and then they work, they gave me good results, but it's not advisable to do that. Okay. Okay, so this YouTube video explains more about like best to get the best results of your 3D scanning. Okay. And then in our next lesson, we'll look at some demerits of 3D scanning. So thank you, and then I'll see you in our next lesson. Thank you.